James here at Bespoke Airsoft, and this is Classic Army Week. We've got more products here for you, more brand new products actually. We've got the brand new Classic Army Nemesis LS12 platform. We'll be getting into it in just a moment. Stay tuned. So in this episode we're looking at the Classic Army Nemesis LS12. That was a mouthful. I get a feeling that Classic Army are sort of going after Crytek with this release. This is a brand new release for us during Classic Army Week. Hope you like the theme. But these are brand new models into us. They're very, very cool. We've got them in 3 colours in this length and style. Here you see the black. And then we've got the grey, which they put a nice gold bolt on. Thank you very much, Classic Army. But we're going to be looking at the bronze. If you know much about Cerakote, burnt bronze, oh, if you're going to get your guns Cerakoted, you get them doing burnt bronze in my opinion, because the look and the finish they've got on these rifles, both in the black and the grey too. Whew, super, super hot. Brand new release from Classic Army. This is the LS12. As you can see here, full metal body and rail system. You've got a polymer stock, metal stock tube, polymer grip and polymer magazine. Going from backwards to front, this is their new stock system, or new to me actually. This stock has a little latch on the bottom here. If I can do it with one hand. No, I can't. So you pull the latch down, pull the grip plate up, and it reveals a hell of a lot of battery space in there. So you've got a nice polymer stock option there. There we go. Coming to the receiver, full metal receiver, Nemesis trades, ambidextrous fire selector can be found on both sides. Bolt catch can be locked to the rear, however when you're pulling the charging handle back you do have to press on the opposite direction of the bolt release. As you can see, it locks to the rear there. You've got the same rotary style hop-up unit which is easily accessible, and then when you're finished, hit that bolt release, nice clickety-clack there for you. USA style flag and USA stamped on the bolt cover there, nice feature. Ambidextrous controls for the bolt release. She's nice and stiff on that side. Does that actually do anything? Let's see if that does anything. It does! Nice. Magazine release can be found on both the right and the left hand side. Nice, Classic Army, you are learning. 300 round polymer style high cap magazine in there. Great for those that just want an extra high cap magazine, but the majority of you guys are going to be running mid caps if you're looking at a platform about this price range. Nice flat style trigger on there as a lot of the Classic Army models. Polymer style grip which has the new quick latch grip, I'm going to call it. I don't know what it's called. Still understanding why Classic Army have put this feature on there. I would much prefer 2 screws just to make sure that's nice and compact. What I will say for most airsofters, if you're new or if you're veterans of the field, I don't know why I said used. Why did I say used? New or used probably. Always worth carrying a tool that removes the motor grip plate on your rifle just in case a motor connector has popped off. Now Classic Army with this new latch system has got you covered if you've got a motor connector that's popped off. I don't know, is that Classic Army telling people that their motor connectors pop off a lot? I'm really not too sure. I would much prefer a screw style design just to make sure that's nice and compact in if it is a motor connector that's popped off. Just remove the 2 screws, pop it back on there, put the 2 screws back in and you're good to go. However, if you like that feature, great. M-lock style handguard here, superbly nice and long with the outer barrel and flash hider you see here. The flash hider is polymer. Why are you doing this to me, Classic Army? Why are you doing this to me? It'd be nice if that was steel. They're not $1 million. You know, you can pick these up off Chinese websites in steel for very, very little. Come on, Classic Army. It's all about the finer details. Finer details. But what I do like that Classic Army have done is the aesthetics of this thing is nice long M-lock handguard, 20mm 20 mm. 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 20 I'm not sure whether they've coated this themselves, I'm not sure whether they've used Cerakote or not, but this thing oozes quality. The finish on this thing is super, super nice. We've got the bronze one here, which I've got in my hands. They're normal metal flip-up iron sights, which are a little bit janky out of the box, but you know, better to have them than to not have them. I'll pick up the grey model here for you as well. Super nice finish, very similar to the Crytek style finishes, a little bit darker though. Nice gold bolt cover there, or faux bolt, whatever you want to call it. And of course, KWA, learn a trick. You know, super long rail system here, plenty of real estate for your M-LOK accessories. A lot of companies are going over to M-LOK now because Keymod, as far as I'm aware, from what I've heard, is patented and it's a little bit more difficult to source accessories for. However true that is, I really don't know. But to be honest, M-LOK has just got a much sleeker design for it. You've got to admit, these slots, you know, if you haven't got any accessories fitted to them, they just kind of look like handguard slots, where Keymod looks a little bit weird, let's be honest. But nice performance of these. Sling plate fitted to the front of the stock tube here, which can be fitted from both sides. It is right-hander friendly just because it's got more attachment points there compared to the right-hand side for lefties. But you know, lefties out there, you're not going to find too much of an issue. Most of the controls on this thing are ambidextrous. Anyway, magazine ejects nice on its own weight. It's got a nice click in there, which we like to see. If bronze and grey are not your style and you like it like Batman, they do it in black too, which is a nice stealthy look. The black finish on this thing is very, very nice. What I will say, and I keep saying from these Classic Army releases, is these finishes, don't know what you're doing Classic Army, but keep that up. Oozes quality. Let's put this thing on the chrono, see what they're doing. They've got the standard Classic Army micro switches and MOSFET systems as far as I'm aware. Super snappy, unable to get one of these to lock up. I've tried on 7.4 volt batteries, I've tried on 11.1 volt batteries. I've smashed that on semi-auto as much as I can. I cannot get the gearbox to lock up, so you are covered. The worst thing you can have in the world is a gearbox locking up on semi-auto. And I mean, for those guys that run DMRs, you know how bad it can be if your gun's locked up and you haven't got full auto to save the day. Let's get this thing on the chrono, let's find out what they're doing. Differences do vary a little from gun to gun, and we'll be back in just a moment. So going chrono a gun, you think you got the rule of the roost? Fam, you can help, but you know, you're stealing my thunder here. Go on, set off. So you see there a respectable 308, 309-ish from the FPS chart there. Shot this 2 or 3 times without hitting record. I really do feel like a wally. What you will hear on these Classic Army Nemesis LS12s is the springs are a little bit twangy. I've noticed this a lot from Classic Army over the years. Literally, it can be solved very easily. Take the gearbox apart, take the spring guide out, coat the spring guide and the spring in a little bit of grease, removes that twang straight away. So it is easily rectifiable. But it would be nice that Classic Army would be putting that on them at the factory just to remove it. This gun, I mean, super responsive. Nice rate of fire there, about 20 to 21 rounds a second, and super responsive. I do use the same 11.1 2200 milliamp battery that I use in all the electric rifles that I review on the Bringing It Home show. That is literally just for continuity and sort of to give you a baseline. If we use the same battery in every gun, it's always going to be, it's going to show you whether the motors turn over faster, you know. And I don't recommend that you use 11.1 lipos in your rifles. 7.4s are absolutely fine. 11.1 lipos will give you a little bit faster trigger response and faster rate of fire, but it does carry its own risks with it as well. So kind of use cautiously. If you're using 11.1 lipos, especially a 2200 like the one that's in this stock, just keep in mind that you probably are going to run. It's like tyres on a car. The faster you turn it, the wear and tear is going to happen sooner, of course. These things are absolutely great out of the box. I'll tell you what, KWA and Crytek, because we know they come out of the same factory, contrary to disbelief, they could really learn a trick from Classic Army. They do. Classic Army have been around for a long time now, and they really do know how to make a gearbox. Love them or hate them, over the years they've done stuff right, they've done stuff wrong. Squidge, leave the light alone. They do know how to shim a gearbox, they do know how to set it from the factory. All these rifles that we tested are super smooth and crisp out the box. The shimming might not be, you know, 100% perfect, but it sounds on point. There's no scratchiness or kind of roughness that you do get with Crytek's and KWA sometimes. So +1 to Classic Army for their quality control out of the factory. Thank you very much. Perfect rifle here if you want to run something a little bit different in terms of like an M4 with a sort of fancy front handguard here. I do like Crytek's. I've said that in the past. I have ran Crytek's myself, but the distribution and the supply of those Crytek rifles is just such an absolute mess. Classic Army, if they can keep the distribution and supply up, you're gonna be onto an absolute winner. Please, if you're listening to me, fit some steel flash hiders out the box. You know, plastic flash hiders, who are we? You know, who was the last person, I mean, to fish plastic flash hiders out of the box? It's just completely unheard of. Steel flash hiders, please, that'd be a nice plus, but you know, it's not a deal breaker whatsoever. You're sort of running around the £390s to £400 mark for these rifles anyway, but you're not going to be disappointed whatsoever. The finish on the pistol grips, you know, unbiased as I can, honest as I can, the finish is a little bit, you know, glossy. It's not the most high quality pistol grip that I've felt. It's the same with all the Classic Army rifles that I've got here in front of me. But you know, guys, the amount of aftermarket parts available for these things, PTS do a nice pistol grip. It will fit this platform, and it will get rid of that quick detach grip motor plate. Go back in if you're not a fan of it, and give you some added you know, sort of security in terms of this popping open on the field. So guys, if you like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification to be notified when we're putting new videos up on the channel, and hit the like button if you think we've done a good job. I hope you feel like I've done as much of an unbiased and honest review as I can. I do try and do that with all these bringing it home videos. Hope this video hasn't been as much of a distraction as it is. Yeah, you're not a fan, are you? You're more of a Glock type cat here. And we'll see you in the next video. Enjoy. See you soon, bye bye. Squidge, you're messing up my chi. Where you go? Superhero landing coming up right now. 3, 2, 1. Bam! Yes! Thomas in the house. Hey, do you like the new Classic Army rifles? Yeah. That's cat for I don't really care. Come here. You gonna do the lion head rub? Hmm? Your balls out my face. Are you happy? You don't look happy. You got hair on your face. On your nose, it's really long. You got anything to say? So guys, if you like this video, please subscribe, hit that bell notification to be notified when for God's sake, you're messing up my tree, man. I can't get it right. Should we try again?